In this video, we are going to talking about the lights. Let me first to divide this section for the lights, and let me comment it out. As you can see here, I just changed some codes adjustly to see the lights. And first of all, in the WebGL renderer, I add this code, which actually increase the render quality if you have the actually corresponding GPU. You have to actually use this code, and if your computer is not satisfied, these changes should you have to back it up. And actually I convert the material to the mesh standard material. In this section I'm going to actually talking a little about the mesh standard material. And as you can see here, this is the object that we are going to actually cover in this section. And so let's go to the documentation. As you can see here, let me search for the material. There is a mesh basic material, and there is a actually live demo here that you can adjust this value. And there is an ambient light that if we change the ambient light, it will not actually change the shadow or applying shadow in this mesh basic material. And if you want to actually apply the shadow, the lights in the material, you must not use the mesh basic material. And as you can see here, if you change the ambient light, you can see that there's no shadow applying here. So I changed the mesh basic material to mesh standard material, which you can actually apply lights in your materials. And you can see the different changes in here. And when you are using mesh standard material, you can see the reflection of the lights, the shadows, and everything else which is sophisticated. And actually we changed the material to the mesh basic mesh standard material. So this is our environment. We cannot see the different objects because there is no light here. And the first light is the ambient light. As you can see here, this is a light that globally used for all objects in the scene equally, and it doesn't have a direction because it casts the light directly to the different object. So we are going to actually copy paste the code here and saving our code. And as you can see here, our environment, our object is a little bit lighter. And because the light have the color, you can see here that if we specify different light color, our environment will change correspondingly. As you can see here, we can actually convert the light color to the white color, and you can see here the ambient light apply to the all object equally, and there is no direction in here. And as you can see here, in each light color we may have different changes. So based on your application, based on the code you are providing, the ambient light will be globally affect your code. afterward, we are going to actually use the ambient light in the sky. For example, if you're creating a metaverse, we use the ambient light as a skylight, and afterward we are going to actually cover the directional light. Directional light is a little bit different from the ambient light. Let me just copy the code here. It has a direction, it has an opacity, and as the name of the light says, it will be just cover those objects based on the actually direction that we are applying the light to the different object. So if I just revert the code to the ambient light, as you can see here, the ambient light will be applied globally, and the directional light will be actually specified based on the direction, opacity, and the color of the light. So as you can see here, we cannot actually see another object because the light is not applied to it, and there is a problem here that we cannot see the source of the light. And in Three.js documentation, we have something called helper. For different properties, the creator of the Three.js create some helper. As you can see here, there's a camera helper, directional helper, and you can see different helper that can show the source. For example, if you are using the directional light helper, we can now see the source of the directional light. So let me just copy paste the example code provided in documentation. As you can see here, there's a light created, and after that we pass the light and there is a size. Actually, there is a light and there is a size. We have to pass it to the helper, and let me just paste this. So as you can see here, there's a problem here. Let me see. Okay, there's a problem in the documentation code, and the problem is that we didn't actually add the light to the scene. We just add the helper, and I hope it will be fixed in the next version of the documentation. Let me just grab from up, and as you can see here, there is a light, there is a helper. You can see the source of the light, and you can see the position of the light. So afterward, we are going to actually adjust our light position. We can actually apply it by a light dot position, and we are going to change the position in y-axis, and as you can see here, our light will be moved upward. So let's get rid of the directional light, and we are going to actually apply the next light, and the next light is a hemisphere light, and there is three properties. The first one is a sky color, ground color, and intensity, and just let me add the helper for the hemisphere lights, and as you can see here, there's a two color. The first color is a sky color, and the second color is a ground color, and there is an intensity, and there's a point that you have to actually apply it in your code, that the documentation will be repeatedly updated. So you have to actually change your code based on the documentation. So there is a hemisphere light, and let me just adjust the position. Light dot position. Y. And yeah, as you can see here, our light actually moving upward, and we can actually change the ground color to the black. And as you can see that our shadow will adjust slightly, and we change the sky color to the white, and you can actually adjust this color and the intensity based on your environment that you are creating. And I just increased the intensity from 1 to 10. As you can see here, that all objects have the effect of light. And yeah,